here for, so to my babies who have the flu, Taylor, Chloe, Isaac, I hope you get to feeling better real fast. Now, oh, Jacob Eller said I'm supposed to say hi to him. Hi, Jacob. Okay. Now, please notice this is just a half sheet of paper, and the title is Writing Exponential and Log Functions. Those of you who are listening to this video, it's not going to make any sense until you have the paper in front of you. So if you don't have the paper in front of you, just stop now and get the paper and then listen to it. Now, here we go. When I see them next time, that's when they'll get the paper. All right, here we go. Now, notice the directions. Given f of x, write a new function g of x with the given transformations. Here we go. Notice we have 5 of these to do. Now, look at, okay. F of x equals 2 to the x. Now, it says we want to write a new equation called g of x. And what we want to do to it is we want to take f, vertically stretch it by a factor of 4, shift it right 1, and shift it down 7. Where do we put something to make it say vertically stretched by a factor of 4? So I'm going to put it like this, 4 times 2 to the x. With me so far? That's the vertically stretched by a factor of 4. Now, shifted right 1. Where do I put minus 1? With the exponent. Where do I put minus 7? And there it is.
No, it would be minus.
They lie, so this means go right 1. Yeah. Question. I'm sorry? Yes, we have done something similar to this before. Sure have. With polynomials, not with exponentials and logs. There's your answer, right there. That's it. B. Oh, can I move on, or do I need to? B. We're taking, I don't want that. F of x equals log base 3 of x. We're going to write a new function called g of x. Horizontally compressed by a factor of 1/2, up 5, reflect across the x-axis. Where do we do horizontal stuff? Good. Now, I don't have any parentheses, so I have to create some. So in with the x, right? Now, horizontals, do they tell the truth or do they lie? They lie. How do I do horizontally shrunk by a factor of 1/2? 2x. Good. So I'm going to write log base 3 of 2x. How do I do up 5? Inside or outside the parentheses? And how do I do reflect across the x-axis? Negative where? There's your equation. See, we are 40% done. It is. And you guys had a hard time with this when we did it with polynomials. Yeah, some of you did. C. F of x equals 1/2 to the x. All right, here we go. Shh. Right 3, down 2, vertically shrunk by a factor of 1/2. Where does the 1/2 go? Like that. Right 3, Dawson said, is this. There you go. That's it. That's what I like to hear, that it's easy. It doesn't get harder than this. No, it doesn't get harder than this. D. F of x equals 5 log base 4 of x plus 1. Now, this is a little different, but it's not harder. We're going to take that. Now, notice that's not a parent graph. That's already got stuff done to it, doesn't it? That's right. So from that, I'm going to take that and go left 6 and up 2. How do I go left 6? Where do I add 6? No, right here. So it's going to be that plus 6, right? Correct, and I'll do x plus 7 in a minute. So right now I've got this, and then add 2 on the end. So g of x equals 5 log base 4 of x plus 7 plus 2. It said translate left 6. So that's where this came from. One more. We're 80% done. Huh? How are we on time?
Yeah, 3 minutes.
Shoot. All right, E. We want to take that, vertically stretch it by 3, and reflect it over the x-axis. Oh, I'm going to have to get rid of that negative. Why am I going to have to get rid of that negative? Because if I want to reflect that, I would take the opposite of that. And the opposite of a negative is a positive. Okay. Snap. Just, okay. Now, so we know it's going to be just the 3 because we know we have to take the opposite to reflect it over the x-axis. And then I got to multiply it by 3, so it's going to look like this. In under 10 minutes. Thank you, my dear. Shoot, we did a whole lesson in 8 minutes. Dadgum. Okay, now, here's what you're going to do. Well, I'll tell you what, let me pass out. I'm talking to you if you're watching the video. I'm going to pass out the assignment, and then I'm going to turn this back on and tell them what I want them to do so you can hear that part. On the paper, there are 10 graphs. You need to pick 6 of them. You can do more than that, but at least 6. Do them exactly the way we've been doing them in your notebook. Please notice that numbers 11 through 14 are what we just did in the lesson. Now, your quiz tomorrow is going to cover all of what's on this, plus inverses, plus actually solving a logarithm, okay? Now, the most recent post on Classroom is the answer key to this assignment. I worked all 10 of the graphs, so you can check whichever ones you want to check, all right? Now, I would suggest that you take this page home to use it to help you study for the quiz tomorrow, and then you just turn it in tomorrow, all right? You have 40 minutes before class is over to work on this. And if you have questions about any of this, this is the time to get it taken care of. And that is all.